Good afternoon. I'm here to provide you an update on the first 24 hours of the NTSB's investigation on scene. I'd like to begin by extending our condolences on behalf of the Safety Board to all of those who've lost loved ones in this tragic accident. This accident occurred on August 8, 2009, shortly before noon. It involved a 1976 Piper PA 32R-300, also known as a Lance. It's a single-engine piston airplane registered to LCA Partnership in Fort Washington, Pennsylvania. The second aircraft involved in the collision was a 1997 Eurocopter AS-350BA. It's a turbine helicopter registered to Meridian Consulting Corporation Incorporated and operated by Liberty Tours. After the collision, both aircraft fell into the Hudson. This morning we held our organizational meeting, and our IIC, Bob Gretz, established the parties to our accident investigation. The NTSB utilizes a party system to assist us with conducting our accident investigations, and parties are those who can provide expertise and provide technical information to our investigators. The parties to our investigation are the Federal Aviation Administration, NATCA, the union that represents the controllers, Liberty Tours, the operator of the helicopter, Eurocopter, the manufacturer of the AS-350, Turbomeca, the engine manufacturer for the helicopter, and Piper, the manufacturer of the PA-32, the Lance. I'd like to begin by stating that we have received incredible cooperation from all of the federal, state, and local responders. We've got the Coast Guard on scene, the Army Corps of Engineers, New York Police Department, the Fire Department of New York, Hoboken Police Department and Hoboken Fire Department, the Port Authority, the FBI, and both medical examiners' offices in New York City and in New Jersey. The director of New York City Medical Examiner's Office, Mr. Frank DiPaolo, and Dr. Perez of the New Jersey Medical Examiner's Office have showed some excellent cooperation during the recovery. 7 victims have been recovered. There was an interagency meeting at 7 a.m. this morning, and all of those entities that I just mentioned have been working in a cooperative fashion on both sides of the river. 7 o'clock in New Jersey and 7 o'clock in New York, organizational meetings were held about.
This is live via Streambox, which is the reason why we're having a little bit of a technical glitch there. So let's try to get that up. But in the meantime, that was the NTSB chair. We'll go back to her as soon as we get our technical issues fixed here. Debbie Hersman, who has just announced that 7 victims have been recovered, 2 bodies, meaning are still missing, 9 people in all killed. And she was mentioning the Coast Guard still on the scene today, the Army Corps of Engineers, the NYPD, the FDNY, Hoboken Fire Department, medical examiner offices from both New Jersey and New York. Let's continue to listen.
In front of them. Our investigators have advised me that the helicopter sustained significant damage. They are going to be conducting further examination of the wreckage to determine what pieces might be missing once it's on the pier and they have an opportunity to go over it. The recovery efforts are focused on the Piper now. Side scanning sonar have revealed a number of promising targets. The divers are working to confirm whether those targets might be the airplane, and then they'll work on recovery of the airplane. The helicopter was manufactured in 1997. It has a seating capacity for 7 persons. The left front seat is the pilot's seat. There's a right front bench where 2 passengers can sit, and there's a rear bench for 4 passengers. The helicopter was equipped with emergency floats on the skids of the helicopters. but those need to be deployed manually. Liberty Helicopters is based in Linden, New Jersey. They've been in operation since 1986. They have 12 helicopters on their operating certificate, and they do not have any fixed-wing aircraft on their operating certificate. The helicopter pilot was born in December 1976. He possesses a current medical certificate, and he also possesses a commercial pilot certificate with 2 ratings, for rotorcraft helicopter and the other for instrument helicopter. He was hired in February of 2008 by Liberty Tours. At the time that he was hired, he reported 1,800 hours of flight time. And since he was hired, he's flown approximately 900 additional hours, bringing his total flight time to about 2,700 hours. He had his most recent check ride in this aircraft type in February of 2009. The accident flight was going to be a 12-minute Big Apple tour, and the collision occurred shortly after the helicopter left the West 30th Street heliport. The airplane...
Well, the important part that she mentioned there is that the Liberty helicopter, and we apologize for the interruption, we'll get our stream box back, it had to have its floats that are down below, it had to be manually deployed by the pilot, and there may not have been time to do that.
Yeah, we were also learning about the helicopter pilot, born in 1976, a young guy, but certainly certified with more than 1 pilot's license, a commercial pilot's license, and apparently this was a 12-minute Big Apple tour. These helicopter rides are very short. They're amazing, but they're only 12 minutes long, and apparently this accident happened shortly after the helicopter took off from the West 30th Street heliport, within moments of it taking off.
Well, and it may have been possible that the chopper was still gaining in altitude,
right,
as presumably the fixed-wing plane may have been descending for whatever reason, having just taken off from Teterboro Airport. And it's also a bit curious as to why, if it's heading to New Jersey, Ocean City, why was it along the corridor? I mean, that's not the shortest route to Ocean City, New Jersey. Right?
Yeah, well, there are a lot of facts that actually, in the next hour, I'm going to show you the flight plan that these planes from Teterboro go when they're heading to Ocean City, and it'll show that this plane was a bit off course. So we'll try to talk to a pilot and figure out exactly, potentially, if that was part to blame.